The sale of narcotics and other illegal substances is on the rise all over the world, for reasons best known to those that take them. These substances have become second to nothing to them. However, with the rise of the sales curve of these drugs follows a corresponding rise in the war against them. A ship carrying cocaine, one of the leading hard drugs worth over £100 million, was impounded recently off the coast of Ireland. And one of the names allegedly associated with these large shipments is Daniel Kinahan, the leader of the notorious Kinahan Cartel. Do you think the drugs belong to the cartel? Or is it another ploy to add more count to their avalanche of offences against the state? The Kinahan Cartel is the nightmare of the Irish police. The cartel, founded years ago, has now gone on to be an international menace, conducting illegal activities globally, with allies at almost every major city in the world. This includes countries with supposedly strong security. This cartel is a formidable force, synonymous with Ireland's underworld, and stands out as one of the most notorious criminal syndicates in recent history. Led by Christy Kinahan Sr., also known as Dapper Don, this organization has left an indelible mark on the global drug trade, particularly in the realm of cocaine trafficking. From humble beginnings, this cartel has expanded its reach internationally, orchestrating elaborate operations that spanned continents, fueling violence, and instigating a harrowing feud with the Hutch family, resulting in a devastating cycle of gangland shootings and reprisals that have shaken Dublin to its core. Law enforcement agencies have waged an ongoing battle against the Kinahan Cartel's nefarious activities, conducting raids and arrests in an attempt to cease their operations and stem the flow of drugs into communities. However, the impact of this criminal enterprise extends far beyond law enforcement, triggering public outcry and political demands for more stringent measures to combat organized crime. As the quest for justice continues, the shadow of the Kinahan Cartel looms largely over Ireland's fight against drug trafficking and its relentless grip on the criminal underworld. Not long ago, precisely in September, a shipment of cocaine was found in a Panamanian-registered cargo vessel at Corkport. This shipment, arguably one of the largest cocaine heists in the history of heists, was discovered on the life raft of the cargo ship. The cocaine is said to belong to the Colombian drug cartel Clan del Golfo and is estimated to be worth as much as €500 million being sold on the streets. The Panamanian vessel was intercepted on its attempt to leave Irish waters. Even the naval service had to fire warning shots to stop the ship. The ship was later swarmed by the Army Ranger Wing and arrests were made. To ship such a whopping amount of narcotics would not only require a large amount of money, it would also require the right connections with the right people. Who else in the cartel industry possesses such connections and capital for a shipment this large? According to Sunday World, the impounded cocaine was estimated at a huge amount of €157 million. This reveal came after the drugs were wrongly estimated at €100 million by Gardaí. However, the purity of the drugs revealed its real worth. How was the drug discovered, you might ask? Well, the drugs were allegedly discovered during an attempt to dump them when members of the Irish Army Ranger Wing came on board, and when the cat was fortunately or unfortunately let out of the bag. The cargo was seized and the vessel was escorted into the Cobh Cork by the Irish Navy. With the state of drugs ruining lives, creating a violent society, and killing people, this discovery was a huge win for the Irish authorities. Even the Assistant Commissioner of the Organised and Serious Crime Unit, Justin Kelly, described the haul in the exact same words. It is believed that the cargo was shipped from South America, although under other names the ship had been operating in that region for some time now. The MV Honeman, which was one of the names of the Panamanian vessel, left the Caribbean on August 18th and spent weeks in waters near the Canary Islands. It roamed through Europe, crisscrossing Spain and France, before it went towards Ireland and the UK. It finally entered Irish waters, where its movements raised suspicions. It was a dramatic turn of events, from needing medical attention to having maintenance issues and trying to escape authorities outright. It was finally intercepted by the Naval Service and Army Wing members. The drugs were found after the mothership was thoroughly searched. Sources confirmed that, quote, the container ship appears to be the supply vessel for the trawler that ran aground in Co Wexford on Sunday, Sources have it that most of the drugs were either thrown overboard or have been delivered to other cargo vessels. The authorities are now left with the sole duty of recovering as much of these drugs as possible. Talking to the media about the haul, Justin Kelly said, "It shows our unrelenting determination to disrupt and dismantle networks which are determined to bring drugs into our country." And when asked if arrests had been made, the assistant commissioner revealed how long the criminal chain is, and how almost impossible it would be for them to get a hold of any suspect until further investigation is done. These groups are transnational groups. They are working all across the world, and because of that, we need to work with our international partners. Although the assistant commissioner may not have mentioned names in his address to the press, it is common knowledge that only one criminal unit has the connection to attempt this kind of trafficking: the Kinahan Cartel. And while it is on everybody's mind, the Organized and Serious Crime Unit have begun investigation regarding their possible involvement. Cartels grow as a result of their alliances, who they know, what they possess, and above all, who is loyal to them. You can check out our video on the Kinahan Cartel and their allies. Because of the state of their connections and their alliances with other transnational criminal groups, the Kinahan Cartel becomes the only plausible lead for the authorities. However, another name popped up in the source of investigation, and that is the name of another very notorious crime syndicate known as the Super Cartel. Yes, they are also allies with the Kinahan Cartel. Both the Kinahan Cartel and the Super Cartel have joined forces before to execute large shipments like this one that have gone unnoticed. 3 members of the ship's crew were taken into custody in the mothership in line with the shipment. These men are believed to be the informants of the cartel involved in the trafficking. The general fear now is if any part of the drug cargo had left the ship before the interception. What still stands is that the seller is allegedly the notorious Clan del Golfo, and the alleged buyers are the Kinahan Cartel and the Super Cartel. At the moment, all hands are on deck to fish out the culprits and bring them to justice. That's all we can take on today's video. Do let us know what you think about the Kinahan Cartel, and if you feel they are involved in massive cocaine heists gone wrong in the comment section below.